Brad Fowler over there, Sean Wright, B to the S, and we're Century 21 Art Realty. Brad, you got a guest today. Introduce your guest.
To my right sits Billy Carver, the man, the legend, friend of the office. He is a sales manager with Gold Star Financial. Billy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Brad. Well, mortgage broker, been in the industry about 20 years. So I've a little bit experienced and seen a lot in the last 20 years for sure. But excited to be here and appreciate you guys inviting me to talk a little bit of sports.
Sounds good, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're about 6'20". Did you ever play basketball growing up?
Well, I am 6'3", and I did. I am from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, okay. So
And,
it's in your blood.
It's in my blood. I went and played Hanover College in Indiana.
Okay.
So played small college ball.
That's cool.
So enjoyed that experience. But I do miss the passion. Tennessee likes basketball, but in Kentucky and Indiana, I mean, they live for basketball.
Right, absolutely they do.
So
Good deal. And so you have a son playing at Central Middle?
I do. Central
I'm
Magnet.
sorry, Magnet, yeah.
Yep,
You said that,
Central
Central
Magnet.
Middle. And tell us what happened recently this week.
Well, Central Magnet's been a really neat story. You know, 5 years ago they won 3 games in a year, and this past Wednesday they won their first game to make it to the regional championship in Region 5. So it's exciting from see the progression in the last 5 years. So we have a game tonight, which is in East Hickman, and we play against Nolensville High School.
Okay.
So we basically got to travel about an hour to play at school. It's about 15 minutes away.
Right. Awesome. That's fine, yeah. So it's first
So
round, is that right? Or,
Well, this is the championship of the region.
okay, regional
So this
championship.
basically establishes the 1 or the 2 seed
Okay.
going into sub-state on Monday.
Okay.
So we play the other region out of Nashville, which is Pearl Cone,
Yeah.
and East Nashville, which both of them are really good teams.
Okay. So first 20-win season.
Central has first 20-win season. It's first time to go to sub-state, so pretty exciting times. We got
Part of history.
is making history.
Yeah.
We got 4 seniors that have been there, from the get-go, the last
Okay.
4 years. So that's been
cool.
a big driver. So it's been a lot of
That's
fun.
huge, yeah. Very neat. Good
Yeah.
deal. So also, excuse me, your son
Yep, my son will.
going, what's he going to do next year maybe?
Well, for those that don't know, I'm a brainwashed Kentucky fan, and he's decided to go to Tennessee.
Okay.
Go Big Orange.
So how
Orange.
disappointed are you that he's going to University of Tennessee to
Well,
play
I'm
basketball?
still trying to process, and I'm probably going to get my first, shirt with a power tee or something in the near future. I'm still trying to get there. So my money's going there. I think I got to get
You
there
got to get
somehow.
there,
right
yeah.
behind you.
That's a big
Yeah.
transition from blue to orange, so that's 2 totally different colors.
It is, but I
it'll
like
probably
the
look good on you though.
It will. I'm sure it will.
As a concerned UT fan, next time you see Rick Byrd, tell him that his tie needs to be the right color orange.
Oh, is it the wrong shade?
Was it the wrong shit?
He wears Texas orange.
Oh, okay.
He
That's a
does.
difference.
It's like
yeah.
it's like he hasn't transitioned to Knoxville yet, and he hadn't got all those ties out from
There you go.
Austin yet.
Good deal.
Every
Yes,
time I watch him, I go,
so he'll get to continue their what dominance or just their good play. Either way, he'll be a part of that next season.
For sure.
Yeah.
I hope they continue to be good. I know it's exciting.
yeah.
He's really excited about big time SEC athletics there, and going to watching football and basketball and intramurals are really big there. So that was
Good deal.
definitely a part of it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to start the next chapter. We're going to miss the chapter of coaching and watching them play, but
Yeah.
maybe I can catch some intramural games, right?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
yeah,
Go check it out.
that's right.
Might have a dad league that you can play in some, pick up games or something.
Well, yeah, I did the father-son camp there for years.
Oh, did you really? That's cool.
And enjoyed that. They do require you to have physicals for the dads
Oh,
to make sure the
I can
dads don't have
imagine,
a heart attack or something. But yeah, I've retired a few years. I played church ball for years here at Murfreesboro, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Met a lot of people.
Just competitive enough to keep it fun, but a little bit lighthearted.
Very
the
competitive.
competitiveness still comes out.
Very
Yeah.
competitive.
Can't help it. That's
No,
why you play.
It's why you play, but you almost get a little scared. So I got to go to work the next day.
True. Yeah.
And some guys are diving on the floor for loose balls.
Right. Throwing elbows.
Throwing elbows and like,
Come on, man.
come on, yeah, this is church league, guys. We got to work tomorrow, right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
Sounds good.
Awesome. So since you're have some division in your heart, how's this game going to go tomorrow between UT and Kentucky?
Well, let's just say, as a Kentucky fan, I'm not as confident as going in as the last game.
As the Rupp game.
As the Rupp game. So, plus Reed Travis for Kentucky probably won't be playing, and he was a big part of the win for Kentucky last game. So
and y'all don't have the referees on your side this time.
We got the same ones back, right?
Oh, man. No, I picked Kentucky to boat race Tennessee the first game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game. I still think Kentucky wins tomorrow. Tennessee just has not played good the past month. And, I mean, they barely got out of Oxford the other day. I mean, I know it was an away SEC game, but they just haven't played good. They need Bowden to step up in some kind of way. If they can't get any production out of Bowden, I think they're done tomorrow.
Well, you know, Kentucky is a basketball school.
They're a blue
so,
blood. Yeah.
you know, it's one thing to play to their level, but, you know,
Yeah.
they're a basketball school.
For sure. Tennessee really does need that post presence, and you're right. I think if he doesn't play well, that really hurts UT.
Yeah.
So I'll be anxious to see if he steps up his game, because if he does, I think it's going to be
It'll be a good game.
Yeah.
And Tennessee really wants that 1 seed, and in my opinion, I think to get the 1 seed, you got to win out, including probably beating Kentucky twice. So I think all that 18, 20 wins in a row, that may have got to their head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after getting beat by boat race by Kentucky, getting beat by LSU close, having another close game against Ole Miss, maybe they'll start to see, hey, we're not all hype. We got to actually play.
Yeah. Not always how many you win, but when you win.
Right.
Yeah, and they got some time to get it together. And there's a lot on the line. You know, you get to play in that regional in Louisville. So either if Kentucky or Louisville can somehow play in that regional and make it to that second weekend in Louisville, it really gives them advantage.
See, I have a very selfish admiration. There's actually first-round games in Vegas when Brad and I are going to be in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
I would like Tennessee to somehow end up in Vegas, just selfishly, just because I'll end up at the game.
Right. That'd be cool to go there and see him.
Yeah, go there and see him. But so now let's flip scripts a little. Harley's gone. It's going to be the first time in their school history they're going to have a losing SEC record. First time in school history they got beat by Vanderbilt at home. It may be the first time in school history they don't make this the NCAA tournament. When you start stacking all this up, Holly's not coming back. Does she step back herself, or does she make Fulmer fire her?
Good question. I don't know. She should, step down herself, I would think. But, never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah, I kind of think that she'll resign, but it'll be at the end of the season, and it'll be pressure for her to resign, and she'll do the right thing.
Yeah.
And won't make it a public firing.
Right.
That's just what I anticipate.
That's what I anticipate, too. I don't think she's going to step down before the season's over.
Right.
But I don't think she makes it to next year.
Yeah.
Whether it's, hey, go out and resign. We're firing you, but go out and resign.
Yeah.
Or just do it yourself.
Yeah, we're firing you tomorrow. So what
You have
do
till
between
today.
now and then,
Yeah. There's a change coming. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah. And then you start going,
That's a tough act to follow.
Do you bring somebody in that pat head tree, or do you go out totally outside of the UT program to bring somebody in? Because Holly's numbers and name is in the rafters. So does she continue on, or do they get somebody that's totally not associated with UT women's basketball?
Good question.
Yeah, you always want to be the person that follows the person that followed the legend.
Right.
So whoever is coming in has got a good position to really do well, look well.
That's right.
Set up well. Yeah, Joby Hall for Kentucky basketball was hated for many years, and he was actually a pretty good coach, but he just couldn't stack up to the previous success.
Well, just think about Tubby Smith following Patino at Kentucky.
Exactly.
He won a national championship off Patino's players. It's not even his national championship.
True.
This is coming from a Memphis alum that he just totally ran our program into the ground. So
I really
no hard feelings at all.
no hard
right?
feelings.
Yeah.
No love lost for Calipari. I'm
that's
sure.
right.
Yeah.
But Tubby's a good coach, but he just can't recruit.
That's right.
Great X and O's. I wish we could kind of get
A combination.
Let's say Cal recruiting and let Tubby in-game coach.
Well, you'd have something then, because Cal's not a very good in-game coach, but he's a great recruiter. I mean, we would have won a national championship. Now the banners would have been taken down, but we would have won a national championship if he would have taught our players how to shoot free throws. What you got?
Randy Wright says we need to turn the volume up and repeat who the guest is.
So, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you, Randy. Let me pull this a little closer. We got
Sorry, I'm a
spread it
little
out.
not, more well known, guys.
Is
So.
there a volume on there?
No, it's control
Right
from the
here is
machine.
our volume. They turn it up a little bit. Billy Carver here with Gold Star Financial.
Yep.
Thank you, Randy, for letting us know because we want everybody to know who we have here. You already know who we are. If you don't, you probably
Watch
don't want
the
to
show
know.
more.
And
Yeah.
Taylor Loyal says, "Hey guys, great guest."
Awesome.
Hey, good deal.
All right, thank you.
And
One
Taylor's
quick
a
point to
great guy.
go after on that championship Memphis might have won
Mm-hmm.
is, do you really see NCAA taking that away if they won the championship?
That's a good question.
Because that's never been done before.
Never been done before. Now, he is the only coach in all of NCAA history to have 2 Final Four banners removed by 2 different schools.
Wow.
How long is it before he has one removed from Kentucky?
But we can be sitting here debating that a long time. But this is not going to Derrick Rose
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
Marcus Camby situation. Those 2 players are directly tied to those 2 situations.
that's right. And they were both tied to what was in Will West or something like that.
Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
WWW.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so
World Wide West.
World Wide West.
World
That's
Wide
it.
West.
That's
Yeah.
it. All right, so everybody's probably wondering why we have pies sitting on the desk. So, Brad, you want to tell us about why we have pies on the desk?
We are having, first of all, we're going to eat these pies. But,
Not now.
March 8th?
March 8th.
If we have 2,000 likes on our Century 21 Right Realty business page, we're going to live stream Sean getting slapped in the face with much bigger pies. Not these, but much bigger pies. And
What an incentive.
yeah, absolutely. And if we hit 3,000 before then, which that's a tall order in a week, but it's possible. If we hit 3,000 likes, everyone in the office is going to hit him in the face with a pie, and we're going to pick one lucky person who was recently liked the page to hit him in the face as well.
I'm sure there's a lot of people in this town that would like to hit me in the
Yeah,
face with a pie.
absolutely. So, like the
saying
page,
there could be a
tell
line?
your friends.
There could be a line.
Yeah.
We all want to.
And whether you want to hit him with one or not, I'm sure you'd love to see him get hit with one. So, like the page, tell your friends, and, might just have a little fun in the mix.
That's right. All right, Brad, this was your topic. We talked about at lunch the other day. All right, in NFL, NBA, baseball, whatever, the way the drafts are set up now, the NBA does it with a lottery, so this is where we're going to kind of transition to. But the NFL, there's always discussions about when it's getting close, like week 12, week 11, week 13, and you got that team that's right on the fringe of the playoffs. But it's like we don't really have it's mathematically possible, but not really possible. Do you tank the season, or do you take the run for the playoffs?
Right.
Is it right for teams to tank the season? You remember the suck for luck and suck for the duck and all that, the Mariota and Andrew Luck kind of campaigns for the Colts and the Titans both.
Right.
Yeah.
Should teams do that kind of stuff, or is it about the competitive nature of the sport, and is it fair to your fans to suck the rest of the season
Right.
just to pick up a draft pick that may or may not pan out?
Yeah, that's my number one beef with that whole thing is you have a commitment to your fans to try to win. You know, they're buying your merchandise, they're buying your overpriced food, and
Not the Falcons. Falcons have the cheapest $1 hot dogs.
right.
Kudos to them.
But you just have a commitment to your fans to win, to try to win, and it even bothers me when the team that's so far ahead late in the season sits their starters, and I understand why, but people pay to go see those guys. And it just falls in the same thing. You have a commitment to your fans. That's the reason you're out there. That's the reason you're making the money. And you should try to win for the fans, whether it's a 1-win season or 18.
So let's say that at the end of the season, instead of seeding them as 1 through 32, what if you took the playoff teams out of the picture and you actually do the playoffs teams in order, but the whole rest of the league, you just put ping pong balls in a bucket and start drawing out names where there's no benefit to tanking a season.
And I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, the best player possibly going to the worst team, I understand the worst team needs some help there.
But how long have
that can
Detroit
ruin
and
people's career.
Cleveland been so terrible?
Right.
And they've had first-round
They've
draft
got
picks
all
for
the first
20
rounders,
years.
yeah.
And now Cleveland's starting to turn now a
Right.
little bit. But there for the longest time, either Detroit or Cleveland was getting the first overall pick, and they wasn't getting them out of
Didn't help.
it wasn't getting them out of the gutter. So that goes back to do they develop their players, are they scouting correctly and stuff like that? But is it fair to the fans?
Right. I don't think so, and it's not fair to the player that because if they hold out or refuse to sign, then that makes some animosity between the fans and him. Because the fans of that particular team are going to be excited.
Unless you're the Chargers
You have
and
some
you just
hope.
you just drafted Eli Manning.
Right. Yeah. But they were booing, and
It's a low blow.
a lot of people didn't like that. So
I think that
I
put a
think they
bad
could
taste on.
restructure the draft in a big way.
I think that put a bad taste on Eli Manning for his entire career.
May have, yeah.
Even
Didn't
though
matter to me at all,
he's
but-
won 2 Super Bowls, that's still something that a lot of people go back to is going, this guy wasn't a winner enough to go, okay, I'm going to go to that team and win. I want to play for that team. You got to
Yeah.
trade me over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Century 21, we do residential sales, commercial sales. We represent buyers and sellers, and we can sell any home in the state of Tennessee, and we can sell any home with anybody's sign on it. I don't care if it's got one of our competitors' signs on it. We can help you buy that house. And if you're trying to move out of this area, we can find you a real estate agent in anywhere pretty much in the world. 6 out of the 7 continents, all 50 states, 82 countries, and the most recognizable brand name in real estate. So if you want real estate needs covered, give us a call, 615-895-9710, 615-895-9710. Brad, Combine, what you got?
I haven't watched any yet. Our big dog Kyler Murray measured up.
He wasn't
More ways
5'9"
than
and an
one.
eighth.
Yeah, he was 5'10".
5'10" and an eighth.
That
Yeah.
inch makes a difference, man.
Without shoes, right?
Right, I guess. I don't know how. I wonder, if they had their own special,
Platform.
stick just for him. But he made the
Yeah,
measurement.
there's a lot of measuring hands and stuff.
yeah,
His hand
it was
size really
9
matters. Yeah.
I think it was 9 inches across, or what? I guess is it pinky to thumb?
I have no idea.
Yeah. It'd have to be if it's.
The only time you ever hear about somebody's hand size is the NFL Combine or Donald Trump. That's the only time you've ever heard about people's hand size.
Now they do measure it at the NBA combine as well.
Do they? Okay.
Oh, okay.
They do.
So the combines for pro sports
They do.
care about hand size.
Yeah. What if they tell you what to do with your hands when you're being interviewed? But yeah, so that's, and he's not. He didn't throw yesterday, did he?
No, he's not throwing.
Yeah. So combine's kind of cool to watch.
And he's
but-
going against his father's wishes and going to play football instead of baseball.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that unfolds.
speaking of NBA, did you see Dwayne Wade's last second just hurl of a
Yeah.
shot to win the game
that
the
was
other day?
awesome. That was really cool. Yeah. I know you saw that, right?
I did not. I missed
you
it. I missed
It was good. It was.
like half court shot or
3-point
just
line,
behind
dead
the-
straight
yeah.
up.
What, it had it blocked or something?
Yeah, he was. He
I mean,
went
it
up for a
just-
shot, and the guy was going to block it, and he was going back down. It was almost traveling, and he just kind of
Just
tossed
threw
it up there.
Yeah. Just nothing but net.
I'm sure he's done that a few times. He
Yeah.
could
Oh,
probably
yeah.
tell us how many times he's done it over his career because you don't forget those things.
No, you don't.
Oh shoot!
Oh,
that's
and,
huge.
and they went nuts. It was
Yeah.
it was cool.
That was one of those moments. Yeah. And it was against Golden State too.
That makes it even better.
Yeah.
All right, you got an NFL player coming back, Brad.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about Jason Witten coming back to the Cowboys for one season. I doubt it's for the money.
They
He
re-signed
sees.
Clay Matthews.
We don't
Clay
care about the
Matthews.
Packers.
Yeah. We're talking about the Cowboys. And it's hard enough to talk about the Cowboys as it is. But I do like Jason Witten, though. When you get your helmet ripped off and you keep playing just as hard as you were, that's awesome. And Shockey, that happened to him,
Yeah.
too. And it's happened to other players.
How old now? Is he like 45, 46?
Shoot. What's funny is when they talk about how old they are and they say 37.
Yeah, he's
36.
ancient.
I was about to say
Oh my
he's
gosh.
my age, so I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out how that lined up.
Yeah, so, but he came out of a heck of a group. UT,
That was-
Manning.
No, that
Al
he
Wilson.
came after Manning.
come after all
he
that?
was the recruiting class that they won the national championship. He was the last time Fulmer recruited ever in his career.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
that is, if you look at recruiting gradings, that is the best recruited class that UT's ever had.
They were tough, and that made them put
98,
out.
99?
98,
Yeah.
99.
It was Manning, Leonard Little, Al Wilson, Witten, and Manning was in that.
Yeah,
group, but
Witten was a freshman the year after. No, 2 years after that. He was a 2000 freshman. So he was
okay,
He
gotcha.
was after
He came
Manning.
after that way.
So
Yeah.
they
Okay.
number one in the country. that
number
year?
one in the country that year. I mean, that recruiting class was stacked.
Yeah,
It
that's
had
cool.
several first-round running backs. It had Jason Witten. Casey Clausen was in that class. I mean, it was and Casey Clausen was like the
Clausen.
number 1 or 2 quarterback in the country
Oh
that
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Curious, did the quarterbacks go first and everybody follow, or were they kind of late bloomers? You remember?
I don't remember. I remember recruiting wasn't covered then like it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you can tell every high school kid in the country exactly where they're looking at and how many times they've gotten mail and all kinds of stuff. But all right, news you can't believe. A lady and a man in Alabama, and I think we can
Say
all
no more.
Yeah, we think we can all agree where this is going. Are at the buffet line waiting for the crab legs to come out and decide that there needs to be a fight to the death with tongs over the crab legs that are coming out from the buffet line. Don't just waste your look. There's plenty of crab legs.
So are they acting like crabs with their tongues?
Yeah, it's like
crab fight.
I mean, it's not like Costanza was there and the ocean called and they're all out of shrimp. These people were fearful that this restaurant was going to run out of crab legs, and they started a fencing match with the tongs.
Gotta love it. Hey, people are passionate about the Chinese buffet crab legs, man.
Was it a Chinese buffet? Did you read
I
this?
assume. I don't know.
Could have been Golden Corral.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know how many has the crab legs, but
But
nothing
the
like some good
characters,
overcooked crab legs.
All right, these people were. They were. I mean, we can't really show a picture, but
A picture probably would be pretty
it's
interesting.
one of them.
We'll
I
post
can't
it.
remember.
We'll post the story in the comments.
Right, because they're just such characters. I mean, it's like, and you wouldn't even looking at them. You
Oh yeah, the police are involved. They got arrested.
You got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
So did they ever get crab legs?
They probably don't serve those in jail.
Yeah, they don't
so
have
they
those in
probably-
jail.
So let me get just one before I leave.
I know my wife's got a picture of me, and it's probably on Facebook. So if she's watching, she'll put this in the comments. And I was at Paula Dean's buffet in Tunica back when Paula Dean was at, and I had a plate of crab legs like this big. But I mean, there was a line for crab legs, and I don't remember anybody getting in a fist fight over them. Anybody.
Well, they probably kept them coming out too.
Yeah.
You know, you stand there and wait, you get antsy, and you know who's first. I was here.
So did the
before you.
soup Nazi come out? No crab legs for you.
right.
Get out. 1 year.
Finding and showing over food. I don't know anyone who would do that. Well, I know one person that might do that.
I would. Depends on what it is, but
I've seen JJ fight for food. I've seen it happen.
yeah.
What did you do?
He body slammed the guy out back behind Puckett's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
All right.
No, we're not serious. We'll be back on Monday at 12 o'clock.
Thank
It's the
you for
BS
watching.
Show, and we're out.